proceedings for these two new rivals this season go. One which needed the services of a garbage truck on the field, and the other in the SEC championship game. And both of them have the dogs on top. It is time to see if Hookham can get one back. Welcome between the hedges to Athens, Georgia and Sanford Stadium, home of the Georgia Bulldogs. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Texas Longhorns, taking on a team that ranks in the top 5 in this conference, the Georgia Bulldogs. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. Georgia about to kick it off to get us underway. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Wants to throw. It's Manning. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season now.
There he goes. Oh, he thought for sure he was going to be able to house that one, but a huge pickup all the way down to the 12.
You cannot let that happen to you defensively. That is the definition of getting gashed. They didn't have one guy in their front seven even get a finger on that guy.
Explosive plays are great, but you got to finish the deal. 1st and 10 in the red zone. The run from the shotgun. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. Guys, let's take a big view of Texas. Big moment in recruiting last week. 4-star defensive back gives a verbal commitment. David, what's his adjustment going to be like?
Obviously, the adjustment of speed is a big deal, but that's why you go get a 4-star guy like this. I mean, he's got speed. You play so many DBs at one time. This is a position I feel like you can transition to college really well. The expectations for him are going to be high.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. From the gun, wants to pass. Going for 6. Touchdown, Longhorns! Quick strike through the air for the score.
I don't know how many people expected this to happen, playing on the road in this environment against a better opponent, but they showed tremendous poise in the opening drive. Nice execution. They scored a touchdown. That was big time.
And the extra point was good. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. No reason to risk trying to field that one. As it skips through the end zone, it'll be a touchback. And off to Jones. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line. The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
Yeah, these are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. We don't have to say anything in the locker room, give these big speeches. You know what's at stake, Jesse. You're ready to rock and roll. This is when you prove you're the big dog.
Which is pretty cool, too, because it's been a long season. These teams obviously are both physically and mentally tired, but you're right. For this kind of game, this is the one you circled at the start of the year. You knew that this was going to matter. There was going to be a lot on the line. Now it's time to go out and prove you're the better team.
With the catch, it's Branch. Oh, he's got some space. They'll ride you, there were long stretches in which the Georgia offense hardly looked like a well-oiled machine. Now the quarterback's transferred, new full-time starter in there. I think it's fair to say, David, that the Dogs need more from the quarterback position this season.
They do need more, but I tell you what, they didn't help him the whole spot around, right? The offensive line, running backs, receivers, it was kind of below average for every position, but the quarterback is the tone setter, the captain, and having a guy like Gunner at the helm, man, this is a dude they all trust, they all respect, and I expect this offense to bounce back in a big way.
From the shotgun, the inside give. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. Let's take a little step back and have a look at Georgia. I'm sure you guys saw this. One of the top running backs in the country, five-star guy, gave a verbal commitment last week. What's the expectation for him as soon as he hits campus?
I mean, you don't get 5 stars very often, and you get 5 stars for a reason, because you are a dude. He is a man-child. They want to get him in the door now. They wish they could already have him signed, but the excitement is going to really build for this young man.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
You know, as a quarterback, you believe in your matchup. And my running back, if I can get him the ball in space, he's going to win a lot of times. He did in that time. The defense was ready. Nice job in the open.
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
And that's the challenge today. A week ago, they failed the challenge. Last week, they gave up 5 sacks. They can't do that again today. This defense saw it. They watched it on tape. They know they're not doing a good job of protecting their quarterback, and already 1 sack on the day.
Scrambling away. And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack.
That's 2 plays in a row now. I think this quarterback's been a bit too greedy. Down by the goal line. I know you want to throw a touchdown. You want to make the highlight-type play, but you've got to be smart. You've got to know the situation. You've got to throw the ball away if nobody's open.
And this one splits the uprights. That'll bring him to within 4. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. Off to a good start here, and back to work now with a 7-3 lead. To the air, it's Manning. He wants to go deep. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
And the Longhorns want to pick up the tempo. Those horns are up, and they are sharp in the running game.
Yeah, just pounding the rock, playing physical. And I think when you think about great Texas teams, you probably think about the running game, the physicality. And I could go through so many backs with Cedric Benson and Ricky Williams and all those guys that, and just recently Bijan Robinson, high draft picks, really, really good running backs.
The pull and throw off the RPO. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. The Dogs are off the leash and coming after him on third down. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
It's been a tale of two drives for this defense early on, right? They came out starting really slow. Allowed a touchdown on the opening drive, but they're finally settling in here on this one. Obviously, it wasn't perfect. They did give up one first down, but really nice job there on that third down pass defense, forcing the incompletion, now trying to set up a punt.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. A little bit of feeling each other out there, down 7-3 as they open this drive. Find some fresh air. They shut it down quickly, but he gets two out to the 18. Guys, let's chat about Georgia. Boy, did they have a big pickup in recruiting. Stud in the secondary. 5-star defensive back. Gives them a verbal. What a huge boost for this program, David.
This is enormous. Getting a guy in the back end, a 5-star guy like that, dude, it's plug and play, and those guys pan out at such a high level. Just, they have...
Sprinting away! And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4. Let's take a little step back and have a look at Georgia. They got a huge boost to their defensive front in recruiting last week. 5-star backer, verbal commitment, some future help in the form of this guy, David.
Oh, baller. And these are the guys that they play running back and all over the field in high school because they're so big and strong and athletic. And it's a guy that you count on. They can come in right now and play day one with that size-speed combination.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration,
and down goes the quarterback. There are penalty flags down, but it looks as if this might be on the offense. Georgia lining up to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. His first one of the day gave that leg a workout 5 times in last week's victory. The cover guys getting down to do their job, and they'll stop him at the 15. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Caught behind the line. It's Moore. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
I don't know if that's the coverage you want to be throwing wide receiver screens against. Oftentimes you want the receivers to have some access. You want the DBs to be off a couple of yards so you can help set up the blocks and give the receivers somewhere to go with it. It's hard to run that against press coverage, and they only picked up a few yards there.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Looking for a man. It's Manning. Gets it out fast. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
On 3rd and short, they keep it on the ground here. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Punt is on its way. And nobody able to field that punt as it rolls out of bounds. Opening play of the drive from the 39. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. Back to pass. That's caught. It's Crash. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield, and he moves the sticks.
Back to pass. It's Stockton. Fires to the wideout. He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
He'll start this drive going to the air. Got it in the middle. It's Washington. Some really tough running there. Gets him to the 45-yard line.
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit, and let's keep going.
Give to the running back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree. Jesse agrees. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
Takes it from the gun on third down. Using the quick game. And he'll be tackled, but there is a flag on the field. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. This dog crowd is off the leash, and they are coming after them, bringing noise on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. It's complete on the right side. He is stopped at the 47-yard line, and that's not nearly enough to move the chains.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You've set up fourth and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. So far, they've only been able to muster a field goal, but hoping to get things cooking here. Got it behind the line. It's McCray.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
The Dogs with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Back to throw. It's Stockton. Snagged out of the air. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
And that's why he is an all-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on. And I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
Now this offense facing a third and long from their own 30. Fires to the right. Another incompletion on third down.
Third and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, fourth down.
Looking everywhere for room to run, but really good coverage, and he'll step out of bounds. Here comes the Texas offense. They've punted the last 3 times they've had it, and now really needing to put a score on the board on this possession. Breaks into the open. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Dropping back, it's Manning. They're working that left side. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Wants to go up top. Oh, they're after him. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
Well, he hasn't called his own number very often in this game. That actually is the first time he's taken off and scrambled, but it was a really good decision. He's been killing this defense through the air. You've seen the arm talent. You've seen the accuracy. That time, really nice decision to tuck it and get what he can get. He's got this defense
under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
Well, the offense staying aggressive. They've had success all game long. They just came away with a big play, but finally give up the sack. If they can keep this quarterback standing up, though, they can extend their lead.
The Longhorns have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Zings it complete to the right. Across the 50 and knocked out of bounds at the 48. An explosive play gets this offense working.
And that's why, if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45.
And that's got to feel good if you're the offense, because third down has been a bit of a problem all season long, but you love the way they're executing at this point, finding ways to keep the chains moving.
The Longhorns are moving quickly down the field. They'll ride the hot hand. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And that's how you respond as a defense, man. You give up 9 yards on first down. Second down, man, they bring some pressure. They are in the backfield fast, and they make the tackle for a loss and completely flip the script. Almost a guaranteed first down on second down, and now maybe even put them in a passing situation on third down.
Tackle behind the line of scrimmage, and what a big third down stop by this defense.
Well, the defense is able to finally stop this guy, but he has been on fire. We're only in the second quarter, and he has been absolutely lighting it up in this one. Nice job that time, defense, but you know this guy's going to get a lot more carries.
The Longhorns will come to the line to convert on fourth down. Pocket breaking down. They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. They'll put the ball in play from just inside their own 40 at the 39. They go to the ground. Turns it on in midfield. They'll get him stopped at the 45, but it's a big 15-yard pickup and a first down.
When the running back gets going and gets a head of steam like that, it's so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the
ground. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll give it to the back. Turning it on! Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31.
Love the play call on the RPO, and you're just really trusting this running back to be able to make a guy miss and then get into the second level. The offensive line did their job, gave him a crease, but that was the running back making that linebacker miss in the hole before getting north.
A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive yards.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll run it from the gun. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. And the Bulldogs come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. Looking to throw at Stockton. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, and unfortunately, this guy's been beat like a drum. He's been hit, sacked a bunch of times already, and another hit right here. I'm literally looking at my offensive line and be like, dude, I need some more time. You got to protect me better than this. Give me a chance to complete some passes.
He got it. That brings him to within 1. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Big Ten action right now, and wait till you see how things are playing out in this one, Phyllis. Michigan State is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. Sparty has picked itself up off the canvas before, and this group is capable of it again today. They're trailing by 11 to Penn State. Just another week in the Big Ten where the only constant is chaos. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
That's not how you want to start a drive. On the very first play, you give up a sack and you lose a ton of yards. Quarterback, you've got to know, just throw the ball away, know when the play is over.
And the Longhorns with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Got a man. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Dogs are barking and growling and trying to hold him here on 3rd down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Going to throw it over the top of the D. Picked off. That's number 15 on the year. And they get the takeaway and prevent points from going up just before the end of the half.
Really tough on an offense. 3rd and long. It's tough to know you're passing the football. They know you're passing the football. I'm going to rush the passer. I'm going to drop back deep, make you throw the ball underneath. But, you know, quarterbacks also want to force that football and try to get that first down. He does there, and that's why he creates the turnover.
To the air, it's Stockton. Sets up the screen. Not able to break the big one on that screen to the running back, but he found enough and a solid pickup on first down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Finds his tight end. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield.
Real smart play. Great job. Get the positive yards, and then get your booty out of bounds.
One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Looking to throw on first down. Beautifully thrown ball. Terrific catch, and they'll have the first down. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. And the Longhorns will kick it away to start the second half. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven they're playing with good timing right now. They've got some matchups where they're winning one-on-one, and they're just going to have to keep going back to the well, David, and relying on hitting some explosive plays to win this game.
Yeah, and I think we look at numbers naturally, and they're losing. So that's the most important thing on the scoreboard, but they have had success, and so what do? You keep playing pitch and catch. You got to score, but you got to talk to your defense. I need some stops. I need the football back quickly so we can do some more damage.
And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit.
It's so nice to be an offense on second down in short yardage situations. Why? I can take shots. If I want to, I can just act like I'm going to run to try to get the first down, take a deep shot down the field. I can run the football. The whole playbook is open to my disposal.
They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. Grabbed behind the line. It's McCray. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
The Bulldogs with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Nice job by the defense, seeing the run, pulling the trigger, getting downhill, and stopping the running back for no gain.
And the Dogs really need to keep this drive alive on third down. Dropping back, it's Stockton. Caught close to the marker, it's Bell. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it. And
there he goes! Brought down at the 32-yard line. Picks up 15 yards on the play and an important first down. The Dogs have had a long history of scrappy and efficient quarterbacks. Add a little star power to it, and you've got something working.
You definitely get a little extra something. We see it all across college football. You find that dude at the quarterback spot, it takes you from good to great, and you've seen that with Georgia over the last several seasons.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Handoff from the gun. Knocked down after a gain of 1 to the 27. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Here comes 3rd and short from the 27. This defense trying to make them settle for a field goal. From the gun, wants to pass. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. And this kicker has had a busy night. The field goal unit is out there for the third time. He'll swing that big leg for 3 from 44 yards out. Good right down the boulevard. And with that, they've taken the lead.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. Leaves it with the running back. Oh, he's got some space. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
Caught near the sticks. It's Moore. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. Guys, the levels of hype and impatience awaiting the arrival of Arch Manning pretty much unsustainable over the last couple of years. Meanwhile, Quinn Ewers was pretty doggone good. But Arch is pretty deserving of all of this attention, I'd say, Jesse.
Yeah, he's very, very talented. That jumps off the film when you watch him. You can see why he was so highly regarded coming out of high school. You can see why Texas fans are so impatient to finally watch what he does this year. Now, it's one thing to do it against Louisiana Monroe. It's one thing to do it against UTSA and Mississippi State. Can you do it against the Georgias? Can you do it against the big boys in the SEC on a consistent basis? We can't wait to find out.
Yeah, and that was good defense again, and unfortunately we've been saying that all game long. Really, really good defense. Or, listen, you can spin on the other side. This offense has really been bad.
From the gun, give on the inside. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
Ooh, and I love the running back here. Running into the blitz, he saw the extra defender. He was able to put his foot in the ground and make a miss. That was a good play.
The Dogs are off the leash and coming after him on third down. Looking downfield, it's Manning. Finds his big tight end. And he goes out of bounds, but finally this passing game gets something going here as they try to rally.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be a...
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Texas! And that one will give them the lead. Sometimes you're hesitant to use your quarterback as a runner, not when your quarterback runs like this.
You dang right. I'm going to use him. I'm going to use him early and often. The dude can run so well, can make you miss. Do you worry about him getting dinged up throughout a game? Sure, but when you can do things like that, it makes your offense so much stronger.
He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. It'd be interesting to see what happens here on the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
The Dogs pick up the first down through the air, and the Georgia faithful starting to howl and bark.
And we've seen that in the past with Georgia. Maybe you get a little bit conservative, a little bit too much reliant.
He wants to take the top off. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
And you didn't have a lot of panic in the first half. But, man, you're starting to get now in the second half. And this offense just has really, really struggled, underperformed. You know you're a better team, but this offense hasn't shown it. This team hasn't shown it. It's the third quarter. They got to get it going now.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Now they'll try the right side. He gets it out across the 45 and out of bounds at the 46.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy, let him see what he can do, and when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
Finds his man. It's Delp. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? I think that receiver really had two choices there. Catch the ball, or he was going to wear it in his chest.
Yeah, he's going to be maybe taking an ice bath after too many of these curl routes. He catches them in the body like that. This quarterback has a cannon arm. The receiver found the soft spot in the zone, and man, the quarterback gave him no choice.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Out of the gun to give to the back. Using that running game to bludgeon forward. He's got 4 down to the 35.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up third and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that second down by this defense.
All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Third and inches, everybody knows what's coming, but it's so dang hard to stop it. You better get penetration with that defensive line. They didn't do a good enough job. Running back falls forward and does his job.
The Dogs kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Caught over the middle. It's McCray. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
Guys out in the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
Rides the back and leaves it. Tough run gets it into the red zone, and they knock him down at the 17.
And you know what? The best third down offense is don't get the third down. Really good job by the offense running the football. You can tell the defense got caught a little bit off guard, got a nice gain, popped one, got a first down. Who needs third downs if you can just pound it down their throat on second down?
And the Bulldogs pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
You can sense the frustration building on the field and on the sideline for this team because on paper, they're the better team. From a player standpoint, from a record standpoint, things just not going their way in this game, and someone's going to have to step up and make a play to turn this thing around.
Looking to throw at Stockton. Here comes the heat. Tough, determined run gets it down to the 12.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Trying to move the sticks on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught near the sticks. It's Thomas. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud.
Next going for the goal line. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On first and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Go straight ahead. Snowed under right at the line of scrimmage for no gain on the play.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
as they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Trying to get it done with the run here on 3rd and goal. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he knows it's his way into the end zone. They just took the air out of that thing, and that might be an understatement. They took the ball away and just wore down, just grinded away at that defense.
It took a lot of time off the clock in the process as well. I'm impressed with the physicality up front of this offense, because that's where it all starts. If you're going to march the ball down the field like they just did, you've got to be dominating in the trenches, and they are doing that in this game right now.
They're going to go for 2 here and try to extend that lead to a field goal. Scanning the field, it's Stockton. Fires to the tight end. And they get him on the ground, and that'll probably do it for the 3rd quarter. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Slings it downfield. Final play of the quarter, and the ball falls incomplete. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. They had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Quarterback now breaking the field. And he'll just get rid of that one.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
This dog crowd is off the leash, and they are coming after the bringing noise on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Snags it over the middle. He'll be stopped short at the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. The Longhorns will send out the punt unit. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. Now on the return. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Get another look at this Bulldog offense. The give to the tailback. Found a little space, and he's got 4 to the 35.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. To the air, it's Stockton. They've got the screen set up. And it's a 1st down. They'll mark it at the 44.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that 1st.
Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Grab near the marker, it's Branch. Out of bounds at the 43-yard line after the huge pickup.
You got to love how they just continue to do what they do. It's the 4th quarter, you got a lead. There's no reason to get conservative. We're a passing offense. Great job on 1st down, better job on 2nd down. This offense continuing to stay in a rhythm.
And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
I'm not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
Gonna swing it on 2nd down. Unloads to the right. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
Unfortunate with that incompletion. The quarterback and his intended target not on the same page.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Under fire. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on 3rd down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. 4th down, baby.
Georgia sends out the punt team. And that one will find its way into the end zone for a touchback. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. Things had not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front seven tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They give up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success. But
he's going to let one fly down the middle. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the field.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
If the quarterback's a little more on target there, maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
Headed to the line at the 23, trying to convert this 3rd and short. That's reeled in. It's Thomas. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down.
And I like what this offense did, man. They stayed aggressive. They were trying to get the 1st down through the air. But here's the good thing now. You punt the football away. You trust your defense. You got the lead late in this football game. One more stop, and there's a good chance you get the W.
He splits the uprights. They push the lead to 4 here in the 4th. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the Big 12. Arizona State is having its way offensively, just marching up and down the field at a breathtaking pace. They're up by 35 over West Virginia. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it. This one, the Big 12, or anywhere else in college football.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And just nowhere to go for that runner. He had no choice. That defense, they were bringing it up front. Everybody winning their one-on-ones, and they completely had him surrounded.
To throw, it's Manning. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Makes the grab. Out across the 30 and out of bounds at the 33, and that's what you're looking for when you're backed up in your own territory.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them, and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such...
He's going to throw deep right side. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down.
Normally, I would say, fourth and short on your own side of the field, you punt the ball away, but we're in the fourth quarter, and they need to keep this drive going to win. I say go for it.
And here we go, down to score. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes a grab past the marker. At midfield, he's got room. Just gashing this defense, a big gainer to the 40-yard line. The Longhorns want to crank the tempo.
Well, there's the advantage of having versatility at the running back position. On fourth down, everybody in the stadium is expecting if you throw it, it's probably going to a receiver at tight end. But because of his ability to catch the football, he makes a huge play for this offense and keeps the drive alive.
And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
I like this idea by the offense going hurry up here. You just had a very nice run. Let's get back up to the line of scrimmage and go fast.
To the air on second down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Baxter. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down.
Man, a great job by the QB, finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
The Longhorns are moving quickly down the field. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Firing to the right, complete. He'll get it all the way down to the 8-yard line, and the defense is feeling the heat. So now the opportunity to take the lead with a first and goal here. They'll try to get it in with the run. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Touchdown Longhorns! And they've moved out front here in the fourth.
And that's a really nice physical run. This is a team that prides themselves on the ability to establish the line of scrimmage. And here we are in the fourth quarter, late in the game. Everyone's tired, and a no-nonsense run. Great push by the offensive line, taking the lead with that touchdown.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Guys, that last trip, a little disappointing having to take the three.
Yeah, I think...
Breaks into the open. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy in the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. Makes the catch. It's Thomas. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Well, the offense is trying to get a big-time playmaker the ball out in space quickly with the wide receiver screen, but the defense is having none of it.
They're dealing with a second and long. Looking downfield, it's Stockton. Unloads to the wideout. Working the middle. And runs through another guy. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line.
That is just what this offense needed, man. A big play down the field, trying to score a touchdown, trying to take the lead late in this football game, but now they don't have to go super fast. They don't have to rush. Great play by this offense.
He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8.
What a run. Great speed, great vision, elusiveness, and David, he's tackled down close to the goal line.
Yeah, and this offense, when you can run the football like this, man, you will have success, especially in the red zone, trying to get touchdowns.
Trying to move the pile into the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's second and goal. Finds his big tight end. Touchdown, Georgia! And inside a minute to go, they've got the lead.
I know it hasn't always been pretty for this guy throughout the course of the game, but David, he has shown tremendous mental toughness. He just keeps going back on the field, and he keeps taking his shots. He looked really good on that last drive throwing the football, and now gives his team the lead.
And he has struggled. That's his first passing touchdown. But in the moment when his team needed it the most, in a 2-minute drill when it's the hardest, he puts it together, goes down the field, and takes the lead for his football team.
He'll take a knee. It's a touchback save every second he can as they try to put together this final drive. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. To the air. It's Manning. Got it set up on the outside. He gets it past the 30, and they'll get him out of bounds at the 32. He would love to have picked up the first down there, but saving the timeouts, saving the clock, much more important right now.
And that could save the game, because now I can work the middle of the field still. Now I can still tip him.
And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the fourth. The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third down, he drops to throw. Looking to the big tight end. He makes a catch. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. Gotta have it here on fourth down. Intercepted, and that total goes to 16. The defense making a play to put an exclamation point on this one, and that ought to do it.
And that's a back-breaker. It's fourth down, though. Listen, you got to throw the football. You got to try to make a play. But the defense came up big in a big moment.
Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. And the offense is content with where it is. They'll take a knee. How much fun was that? I mean, you just dream of having games like that every time you go into the booth. I'll watch those two teams play anytime.
Yeah, that's what's fun about good teams. Really good teams squaring off. Like, there wasn't a lot of difference between these two squads. We could watch these every week. Love calling these games because they're competitive.